you have absolute certainty about how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see them as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Nice.
Do you think that worked? Bella Verita, I do think that worked. Come on, it's Glenn Wagstaff's heart of influence. Of course it worked. Bella, we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence, what it looks like, how it sounds. Any of that. Bella, who's here?
Sean, we have like people coming out of clown cars on Glenn Wagstaff's Empowered Network with Unblinded Heart of Influence. And first up from Orlando, Florida, executive director and co-founder of a sports academy empowering youth of all nationalities through sports and education. Founder, CEO of a consulting group on business, finance, PR with athletics and agencies all over the world. Part owner of a digital bank, co-founder of an investment company, and a founder of a group that owns a professional soccer team in Europe. Let's welcome to the show, Marcella Galvo.
It's Marcella? Marcello. Thank you, Marcello, for being here today. And Marcello, like Plato, the Greek philosopher, shared, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. We kick this game off with a fun fact. It could be an adventurous moment, a surprising moment, could be even a little embarrassing moment, but it's a headline, not a story. So, for example, I learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind man. That would be a headline. And not a headline, but a story would be when I was 5 years old, I wanted to be an inspiration. I started watching Batman with my grandma Rose. That's a story. So Marcelo, your headline fun fact, please.
Well, when I was young, I always wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Super cool. And when did your soccer career come to its conclusion?
When I was 27.
Nice. So did you play professional soccer?
I did. Not at a high level, but I did.
Cool. Awesome. Marcelo, dreams come true, Bella. That's what this man stands for. Professional soccer player, making dreams come true. Who's following up Marcelo?
Following up this dream come true maker from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico via Australia.
Whoa.
It's global content, anticipating and influencing trends in music and culture, advising on strategic partnerships, specializes in creating global impact and relevant cross sectors collaborations, luxury market travel, tourism, and innovator and consultant, redefining it into sustainable, beneficial, and heart-centered definition of luxury. Let's welcome to the show, Hedda Leonardi.
And it's Hedda?
It's Hedda.
Belle, I'm just having trouble with my audio. I'm sorry. Like H-E-A-D-A?
Hedda, H-E-D-D-A, Hedda Leonardi.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Hedda. I don't know if there's an audio dynamic on my end. So, Hedda, thank you so much for being here. And so cool. Cabo, Australia. These are like most cool places in the world. What's your fun fact, please?
I fell in love with journalism through Oriana Fallaci when she wrote Interviews with History. And it's changed my life and influenced and inspired me to connect at a global level with people who have influence and can change the world.
Yes. But Hedda, here's the issue. You have a profoundly unfair advantage. Do you know this?
Yeah, I know Glenn. That's my unfair advantage.
Definitely one of your unfair advantages for sure. The second one is the Australian accent. Why, Hedda, do people automatically like and trust people with Australian accents more than anybody else in the world? If you can give us one sentence on that. One sentence.
We are a very small population at the end of the earth. And so we're made of pretty rugged and hearty stuff, and we speak our minds. And so the combination of the grit and stamina that is required to leave a place that's thousands of miles away from where things seem to be happening on the planet is in and of itself quite fascinating. If you look at some of the Aussies that have kind of made it, it's like, how did you get there? And how did that start? And,
I thought it was just like the sweet, fun, pitch, tone, vocal qualities, but we can talk about that later. Bella, let's go.
I'll take it.
Love it. Couldn't agree more. I think I want to become an Aussie myself. I think Sean will like me a little bit better if I do. But we'll save that story for a different day. Next up from Long Beach Island, California, principal at a capital advisory firm, a financial business consultant with almost 2 decades of experience, an executive VP of a wealth and tax strategy practice, former executive at Pepsi, Nestle, and executive VP at New York Life. Let's welcome to the show, Carlos Garcia.
I don't know. I know what's happening, and I apologize. I'm not kidding. What was the first name? Every first name is getting clipped for me.
Carlos.
Carlos. Thank you very much, Carlos. My apologies for that again. I don't know what's happening with our audio as the first names are said. I don't know if it's the applause, what's happening. But Carlos, welcome to Glenn Wagstaff's Heart of Influence. And please, Carlos, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact is that my energy is contagious.
That is super fun. That is a super awesome headline fun fact, Carlos. Drop the mic. Carlos's energy is contagious. Footnote, Bella Verita, your voice is my favorite voice on the planet. Back to you. Let's go.
Oh, that was really good. Next up from Bellevue, Washington, a founder of a company capturing and sharing family stories, heritage, and wisdom to foster healing, resilience, and confidence, making it easy for people to record and act family histories, changing the world from the inside out for generations to come. A master's at Stanford University, proud mom of 5 kids, 2 of which have a company valued over $50 million. Let's welcome to the show, Miss Karen Corbett.
Karen, thank you for coming on to Glenn Wagstaff's Heart of Influence. Please, what is your fun fact?
Well, in addition to technology that I love working out. And one of the things that I do is I'm on the board of a industry that promotes that is kind of a combination between ultimate frisbee and soccer on the water called Squim, which gets all kids from around the world and gets them all excited about a new sport. And as people are going down in like learning to swimming skills, it gives them an exciting sport to go to. So yeah.
You sound like a swim player. Like you just do. Like Bella, doesn't this amazing woman sound like a swim player?
Does sound like a swim player, Sean, for sure.
That's an awesome job. And Bella, I want to amend my prior answer. Your voice is my favorite voice in the world when you're happy with me. Your voice is my least favorite voice in the world when you're not happy with me.
Amendment accepted. Next up from Dallas, Texas, president, CEO, and founder of a business consultancy, a TEDx speaker on the art of authenticity, 3X entrepreneur, and self-made millionaire. Let's welcome to the show, Misty Gilbert.
Misty, welcome to Glenn's Heart of Influence. Congratulations on your impact, your success, and please, your fun fact.
Headline for my fun fact would be entrepreneur graduates high school at 15 and within 20 years is a self-made entrepreneur, millionaire.
Yes. See, that's what we're talking about. That's headline fun facting at its best, compressing it all into a beautiful headline. Misty, thank you for that. Outstanding job. Bella, Misty drops the mic. Let's go.
Misty is dropping the mic, and let's go to South Londonderry, Vermont. Experienced chairman of the board and CEO of a strong track record in San Jose medical device industry, proven expertise in business planning, investment relations, medical devices, assistant management, and management, successfully raised millions of dollars from multiple companies across various industries, currently in the international business and consulting industry. Let's welcome to the show, Ken Londoner.
Welcome to the Heart of Influence, Glenn Wagstaff style. Appreciate you and your fun fact, please.
So my fun fact is I was born and raised in New York City, and I've migrated up north into the state of Vermont, which is called the Green State. And for those of you who don't know, just recently, Ben & Jerry's, who was born and raised in Vermont, just split off from their parent Unilever and is going to be on their own again as an independent ice cream company, which I find fascinating.
It is super fascinating, Ken. Thank you for that. I'm a huge Ben & Jerry's fan. Know a little bit about the background, did not know that dynamic. So let's go get some Ben & Jerry's. Thanks for being here. Let's hit the Ben & Jerry's. Let's go.
Let's hit the Ben & Jerry's. Next up from Las Vegas, Nevada, America's leading brand merchandising authority, created the first and original Disney store, previously of retail at MGM Grand Resorts, the largest hotel in the world, responsible for 25 million items in 20 stores, generating the lowest cost of goods in the industry and produced the highest revenue and profit per square foot. Let's welcome to the show, Ben. I said Ben, but it's Bill, Sean.
Wow, is that
Bill?
me?
Yes, that is you, Bill. Congratulations, dude. Super impressive. Congratulations. And please, your fun fact.
I think I'm going to be inspired by that lead-in. When I was with Disney, my boss was Barton K. Boyd. They called him Bo Boyd, and he became the chairman of Disney Consumer Products. And he's the guy that asked me to open what would become the first and the inspiration for the mall, Disney stores. So that's kind of my one-liner.
Bill, Super impressive Disney consumer products. That's the straw that stirs the drink a bit there for sure. Thanks for being here, Bill. Bill is going to design a Belle of Rita doll, and it's going to be in nations across the world, Bella. Let's go.
I am down for this plan. And I think your house should be the warehouse for these dolls, and there should just be Bella dolls all over your house.
I think that would be perfect. Yes.
Next up, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 10 years in real estate development and 20 years in the financial industry space. Currently executive marketing director for the fastest growing financial education company in the country. Let's welcome to the show, Marcel Massi.
And it's Marcel?
Yes.
Thank you, Marcel. And please, your fun fact. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's a fun fact. I am one letter short of Marcelo, but like Marcelo, I actually played soccer my entire life, but my career ended very, very young. I still play because you can't not play soccer, but couldn't make it professionally either.
What position do you play, Marcel?
Forward.
Ah, outstanding. Putting the ball in the net, Bella of Rita. Let's go.
Balls in the net, and let's go. I have a Jason Palmer here that I don't have audio or visual for, nor do I have a bio. So Jason, I don't know if you're present, if you'd like to unmute and come on camera and introduce yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to introduce our one and only Glenn Wagstaff. So I'll go.
This like our Jason from Unblinded Elite Jason?
I don't know. Is Jason's last name Palmer?
Yeah. Jason, are you here?
No.
All right.
That is not our Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hey.
We're doing. Glenn, do you want to introduce Jason?
So Jason and I are meeting for the first time, but Jason, I believe your background's in Web3 development. Is that right?
That is not right.
That is not right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jason.
So little fun fact about me is I train horses in Utah, and I've got 2 running in the Los Alamitos 2 million this year.
Wow.
Oh, wait, this is Jason from Unblinded Elite. Jason, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing awesome. Well, welcome to the party. And what is your fun fact, Jason? This is an author, an impact player, heart-centered leader, one of the most inspirational stories you're ever going to hear. Jason, please, your fun fact.
I prepared 2 horses this year to run in the Los Alamitos 2 million in December, and I think they got a massively big shot to prevail.
Let's go. Bella, get your bets out. Let's go. Jason's got it. Come on, Belle.
Jason's got it. And last but not least, I'm going to introduce our co-host of the show, coming from Provo, Utah, managing partner of the #1 trust and estate firm in the country, handling estate planning options for every situation, price range, director at a financial management firm, managing a team of financial professionals and assisting families and small businesses in planning their financial future, practicing attorney for 10 plus years, looking to shift the paradigm of business growth and relationships building for the entire industry. Let's welcome to his show, Mr. Glenn Wagstaff.
Glenn, also known as the Hulk Wagstaff. What's up, brother? Glenn, thank you for putting all this together today, making this possible. Glenn is a massive impact player, visionary entrepreneur, and Glenn, your fun fact on your show.
Happy to be here. So my fun fact is that about 3.5 years ago, I had the honor of being knighted.
Cool fun fact. Yes. So we will call you Sir Glenn from now on. How does that sound, Glenn? Bella, we're going with Sir Glenn. Sir Glenn is in the house, and now I'm going to introduce our Sirette, our dame, our dame of the show. This dame started selling crafts on her front lawn, which, by the way, is a female knight in the knighting dynamic. Started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old, beginning her career in the space of influence. By the age of 19, she was earning 7 figures in the space of network marketing. That's not easy to do. Then at 24, 25, 26, I heard mention of Las Vegas. This woman was three-peating like Michael Jordan in Las Vegas as the #1 business broker in the entire state of Nevada. At 24 years old, she was the first woman ever to be the #1 business broker there, and the first youngest person, male or female, ever to do it at all. She took that and started training entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies in the space of influence, leadership, and all the things. And in fact, in 2019, every sales team this woman worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer. Maybe she learned how to do that from a blind man. Maybe she learned it on YouTube. Depends on how happy she is with that blind man or not on that day. She's a philanthropist raising 8 figures, $10 million plus over the last 2 years with the Unblinded team, and multiple time published author. And in 2023, this courageous, inspirational, impact woman publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to her show in her more than 800th episode, the woman that put the heart in the heart of influence, Bella Farita. Bella, welcome to your show and your fun fact, please, on this fun Friday.
My fun fact for this Fun Friday, after a whole year of trying to go from hello to yes with Sean to get a new office dog, I have succeeded. We have gotten a new dog and it's going to be delivered in about an hour. And I am so excited. That's my fun fact.
What kind of dog?
A Doberman Pinscher.
Yes, it is not a small yippy dog. It is a powerhouse player like Bella. Bella pretends to be a small, like yelpy dog sometimes, but she's a powerhouse player like a Doberman. So Bella, let's rock and roll and do the things.
Let's rock and roll and do the things. But I'm going to introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He is a world champion body surfer who has beat world champions like Beck Keith. When he's not busy like surfing, he is an incredible speaker that has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times, soon to be MasterCard. And in fact, he is also only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. And the state of New Jersey thought he was so exponential that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He is an incredible philanthropist that has raised nearly $10 million for charities through a model of sustainable giving. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Super appreciate that. And yes, I am blind, and I've taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. And my fun fact for today will be that I was surfing 9 months ago in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, and I accidentally hit a shark. It was not pleased, and it bit my surfboard while I was on it, surfing it. That is my fun fact for today.
Whoa.
Yes. That is a whoa. Bella has seen the bite marks and all the things. So it was a very, very unsettling, but super fun. And I've been bumped by sharks 2 other times in Long Beach Island and often surf with dolphins there. So Bella, that is my fun fact.
That is a super fun fact, Sean. And are you ready to do the things?
Yes. Who is kicking us off?
Let's kick this off with Mr. Marcelo.
Marcelo, Bella's going to role play anybody you choose, and we're exploring the superpower of influence. We're not pitching, hooking, closing. This is not Wolf of Wall Street, nor is it Boiler Room. Sophisticated heart center people are not getting closed. Hey, do you want that Tuesday or Wednesday delivered? Yuck. Like, that's not happening. So what does it look like, though, when heart center people have a yes that should be achieved? How does that look? How does that sound? That's the work of this space. So Bella could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. She could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. Anyone, Marcelo, that would be making sense for you to go from hello to yes with. in 3 minutes. Footnote, it doesn't have to be the ultimate yes. Could just be a yes for a 3-minute conversation. I mean, for a longer conversation. Marcelo, who would you like Bella to be?
I'd like her to be a marketing strategist, actually.
Bella, you're a marketing strategist. Let's go.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. My name is Marcelo, and I got your contact information from Glenn Wagstaff, and I would like to talk to
Is
you
always
about.
giving away my phone number.
Yes, he spoke very highly of you, and we were discussing a couple things about one of our projects, and he recommended that I reach out to you and touch base on what we're looking to do.
He did
So
mention
I'd
that you
love
were
to.
calling. Unfortunately, I had a couple minutes today, but I definitely wanted to kind of hear what your expertise was and what maybe you think you could do to help us.
Yeah, so I've been in the sport space, particularly soccer, for the last 35 years, and participated and coached, played and coached at the professional soccer level. And we are creating a product that would love for young athletes, young soccer players, and players in general, from all levels, to connect not only through a social marketing network, so having a soccer community, but also to present themselves in a way that they could showcase their talents through an app, and presenting all their talents through video exchanges and all their equipment.
Okay, and so and what would you be looking for us? Like what?
Yes, so we would love for we're looking for a partner to help propagate not only the message to all the young people and athletes in different communities, but also with the organizations that would provide the opportunity for the players.
That sounds really interesting. I think I need to understand a little bit more, but maybe we can sit down and have a little bit of a longer conversation. I can understand a little bit more and see if it makes sense.
I would love to do that. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marcelo. Phenomenal job. And Hedda, did I say it correctly?
Hedda. Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Great job, Marcella. And Hedda, who would you like for me to be?
I would like you to be the representative of a gold mine which has a 43,101 valuation worth 247 billion.
247
billion.
Yes. Now you have a $247 billion gold mine.
Correct. And you are representing that gold mine to see if I pass muster to be the person that represents them in some new liquidity initiatives.
Okay.
Go.
Hello, this is Gold Miner Bella.
You probably wouldn't sound like that, Bella, but we just don't know. I actually know the person who's doing that. And caveat that Glenn and I are actually, no, he's not meeting that person. I'm meeting them on Saturday. So there's some context to this. But he's a very savvy in the crypto space, and he's come to me.
They already started the clock, Hedda, so let's just jump in.
Oh, okay, all right. I just want to contextualize it so we get there. Okay, so so we're on our second meet and greet. Okay. And I've done a little bit of homework for you, Bella, just in relation to this. And I'd like to run you through a couple of options based on the earlier queries that you had. Firstly, you are aware that the 43,101 space, the valuation space and the liquidity around being able to take money out on that, just on the valuation on it, not on the not on the out of ground assets, is quite a new space. And there's a couple of options that you now have, and they're growing every day because the valuations of an asset are now being able to be tokenized. Banks are now able to lend against the valuation, so it doesn't have to be cold hard, gold sitting in a tier 1 bank. And there's also new bond trading options. And so I've got these 3 different options that I can run through with you, and then to see if this is something that you want to take to your mine, the mining owner. So the first one is
what I would love is, I want to hear about all 3, but I would love to hear what you think the top one is first, and then tell me what the others are.
I actually think they're equal, and I think that they are dependent upon what your client is envisaging, what the intention is for the liquidity. Because the banks are offering, many banks are now offering a liquidity based directly on that valuation. 247 billion is the GDP of countries. So the question that I'd be asking you is does he want it on the full amount, which would probably be quite difficult for even one of the top 5 banks, or is he looking for a certain smaller percentage? So that there's 12 banks in the world that are now offering that. And so I need to understand your intentions around that. The tokenization, what's very interesting, if you are somebody who is they're altruistic and they want to do some good in the world, then you could take 1% of that, tokenize it, have that tokenization pegged to a micro lending fund inside of that tokenization, and allow people to be able to borrow money and pay you back interest. So that's one way of making your money work for you. If you take the money out, you've got cash, and then you can do what you like with. And that's just an introduction. For me, I'm very interested in the impact side of things, and so I'd like to talk a little bit more with you about what the micro lending could be attached to the tokenization. And then there's traditional bond trading.
Unfortunately, we just had a couple minutes today, but you've really presented me with some great considerations and some things that I need to think about a little bit more. And obviously, we're going to need a much longer conversation to really discuss what would be best. Would that be okay?
I'd love to do that. Yes, I'd like to continue the conversation with you, because it does require some in-depth analysis. And maybe while you're thinking about our next call, you could have a little think about the intentions that your client wants, so that I can hone it into something that is really very much tailored to them. So thank you very much. You have my phone number. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Creating liquidity out of every 247 billion, it doesn't hurt. So thank you, Hedda. Let's get to the feedbackers.
Yes, and then before we get to the feedbackers, I do see that someone joined us during the role play. Anjali Gulati. Hello, welcome. So, Sean, shall I introduce this wonderful woman real quick, or?
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna introduce this wonderful woman from San Jose, California. We will give her a little bit of slack for showing up late, because she is a cardiac surgeon. So maybe she had to save someone's life. But thank you so much for being here with us today. A cardiac surgeon, runs a practice and clinic, created a revolutionary blockchain system, even better than Bitcoin. Welcome to the show, Anjali Gulati.
Thank you very much for such a kind introduction.
Yes. Thank you for being here. We asked for a fun fact, like just a headline. That'll be something we wouldn't expect to hear about you. Like maybe you're a cardiac surgeon that likes to chase butterflies, like something interesting about you, just in a headline, not a story.
So, okay, very quickly. First of all, I'm not a cardiac surgeon. I'm an interventional cardiologist. Now I do invasive work. And yes, I was at work, so I apologize for coming late. Fun fact. I was struck by lightning.
Oh! It's a super cool headline, fun fact. Yes. And now she is electrified when she helps her patients. So we'll come back to Angeli. Great job, Bella. Let's get to the feedbackers.
All right, let's get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo or Hedda, something that they did great, something that they did do to improve, and then a little next step. Is that next step is they were so painful, you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have to have a longer conversation. I don't think that's the case with either one of them. So maybe the next step is you'd invite them to Starbucks and to have a little mocha latte, maybe a croissant or something, to have a little bit longer of a conversation, get to know them a little bit better. But if that's not enough time, you would be willing to invite them to Capitol Grill in a private room for the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak. Unless you're a vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries, but you're not going to skip dessert because you want to have the longest meeting of possible. But if that's still not enough, you would be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, stop and pick up Glenn Wagstaff because he did it here, and fly anywhere in the world with Hedda or Marcelo to have the longest meeting possible. And let's kick this off with Bill. And Bill, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo?
Wow. That's not easy. And also, this is our first time meeting Marcelo. So, I want to have.
Yeah, so what did he do?
I would say just organize it more clearly within a 3-minute period, hitting the bullet points.
Cool. And what did he do well?
Well, it was pretty obvious that his heart came through, his passion for, the sport came through. I think that those are the two.
Awesome. Well, and what would you do next? Have a cup of coffee with him, a little seafood tower and steak, or rent a private jet? What do you got, Bill?
Well, coffee's fine with me. I'd like to talk about it over coffee.
A little coffee coming up. Caffeine is flowing, Bella. Come on.
Caffeine is flowing. It is definitely flowing over here since 3:30 in the morning. So I'm all in for the caffeine today. And let's go, Karen. Karen, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hedda?
I would just say that you need to listen to what the person is talking to you about, so that you hit there. When she said, what is your favorite of the three options? Then I think you need to come forward and say, well, there's one, very quickly say, maybe there's one that's more philanthropy oriented, or there's one, that's more this oriented. Judging from what I'm gathering from you, then this is the one I would present, because we didn't really get a flow of what you wanted her to understand, I guess.
Okay. And what would be the follow-up step? Cup of coffee, steak, jet.
I think a cup of coffee to try and figure out and try and narrow in down and then decide, if I was interested in it. We've given three options. I wasn't really sure which way to go. So I just kind of want to narrow in on that and then decide if I wanted to follow one of those leads.
Got it, Karen. Thank you. We got mocha choco lattes, double caffeine coming, Bella. Let's go.
Double caffeine is coming with those mocha choco lattes. Let's go, Ken. Ken, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo? And then Mr. Jason Palmer, I'm coming to you next.
I like the fact that Marcelo asked for a very specific criteria, asking you regarding your marketing capabilities. And he knew what he wanted going in, and he took advantage of knowing the time frame. I think it was a 3-minute time frame that he was offered. And I think he was very effective at keeping it even under that period of time and getting you to cooperate. So I'd say he did a very good job. He delivered the message. The only other thing I would recommend would be maybe to try to find a little bit of common ground starting out the conversation. Unless, it was assumed that you guys already knew one another. But if you didn't, I would have tried to establish some very rapid common ground and stick within the 3 minutes. But otherwise, I thought he did a very nice job.
Thanks, Ken. And what would be next?
Next steps, I would definitely have a coffee or a meeting with him. I'd love to understand a little bit more about the fundamentals of his business and what he's looking to achieve.
We got triple coffee, Bella.
Triple coffee. And next up, we got Mr. Jason Palmer. And Jason, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hedda?
For Hedda, I would give you a little advice to narrow your focus on what you were trying to pinpoint on the subject to get across. I was a little confused and scattered, but your intentions are very, very clear on how you and on how excited you are about your project. That transferred into just too much information to me, and I would just like to have a little more pinpoint for the subject.
Nice. And Jason, what will be the next step? We're going horseback riding, cup of coffee, private jet, seafood towers. What's next?
Dude, I'm taking a private jet because I want to see that gold mine.
We're going the private jet in the gold mines, Bella Verita. The gold is here.
The gold is here. The gold is here. I'd like just a little piece of that gold. Let's go, Misty. Misty, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo?
I felt Marcelo's tone and energy was very pleasant. I felt that he stumbled around and said a lot like I just did, which we all do when we get nervous. But practicing in the mirror and looking at himself as if he was in front of that person will help him project the energy into the phone call. And that's my recommendation, what I would do. But I loved his tone, and I loved the fact that he made light of what he was trying to do, brought a little humor to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Misty. And what would happen next? Coffee, seafood tower, private jet.
Probably a dinner meeting, so we could do a little bit of both.
What would you have for dinner?
Steak.
Steak coming, Bella. Come on.
Steaks are coming. I'll take mine. Medium, please. Thank you. And let's go. Carlos. Carlos, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo?
I think Marcelo has a great opportunity when it came to sports and commanding the community efforts that he's doing to support the community. I would say that condensing his pitch and understanding exactly, Bella, you asked a number of things. Let me ask you what I'm looking for. What is it that you're looking for? So I think understanding that, but also knowing that, this was 3 minutes that he needed to come together, so I can understand that he was, coming up with something at that moment. But I truly believe that I liked his tone, and his energy picked up as he began to get more comfortable.
Cool. And what's next, Carlos? Coffee. We got lots of coffee, a little bit of steak. Come on, Belle.
And I don't know so much if like coffee and steak actually go together, because I think you gotta wait to have their coffee till dessert. But we got a wild lunch here, so who knows? And next up, let's go, Angelique. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Hedda? Up, just unmute for us. We cannot hear you.
The elusive unmute button.
Yes. So I joined just as she started speaking, and I do not have enough, I didn't gather enough data to comment on it. So I will abstain. But what a little I heard about the gold mine, very interesting.
Yes. And Angelique, did you see the presidential debate last night?
Actually, I didn't see it in real time. I saw it in rerun because I was working last night. So yes, I did.
Would you want to give feedback to President Trump and President Biden? We're just kidding.
Yes. Now there I can give, because I saw the rerun and I saw all the comments with it. Yes.
Yes. So, and what would you do next with
My
Hedda?
comment would be, I would love to have a cup of coffee and hear more about your project.
Yes. You mean you're going to have a cup of coffee with Hedda, President Biden, and President Trump? We have the presidents and coffee, Bella. Let's go.
No, I wouldn't want to have coffee with either one of the presidential candidates, but I will have coffee with Hannah.
Angie, I think you're not alone in this country. You're not alone. Yes. Come on, Belle.
100%. And last but not least, let's go, Mr. Glenn Wagstaff. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marcelo? Glenn MIA.
Glenn is having coffee with the presidential candidates and trying to square them away on their approach. So here's what's going to happen now. Bella's going to, with her mischievousness, take this little fun game and we'll get a little more serious because she's going to turn the tables on me, put me in the hot seat. Bella, over to you.
Yes. Until Glenn comes back and reappears. Angeli, there he is. All right. So Mr. Glenn, of course, I'm going to take your help here. And this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because I've been cooking them up as the show has been going on. Glenn, ultimately, you get to choose what Sean goes hello to yes on. You can change anything about my scenarios, or you can come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Yes, I am.
All right. So I was doing a little research. Ben and Jerry's from Vermont. Vermont's famous for their maple syrup. And so I thought option number one, Glenn, is Sean could go from hello to yes with the CEO of Ben and Jerry's ice cream for a new flavor called the maple bacon crunch. And all of the proceeds from this particular ice cream will go to support the Vermont Food Bank. So that's option number one. Option number two is Sean will play Marcelo, going from hello to yes with Christian Pulisic, I think is how we say his name. He's a famous soccer player. He's shaking his head yes. To partner with Marcelo in creating a soccer program for underprivileged communities. So that is option number two, Glenn. And then option number three, because Carlos's energy is contagious, we have come up with a new TEDx talk for him, unlocking the treasure chest of tax strategies. And Sean would role play Carlos, going hello to yes with the TEDx speakers on TED doing the Carlos doing the next TED talk on tax strategies. So those are the three options I have for you today, Glenn. Do any of those tickle your fancy, or do you have kind of something else?
All of them do. All of them do. I was actually leaning towards the ice cream, but I think I'm going to go with the TED talk.
Okay, perfect. So Sean will play Carlos. And how about, since Misty is the TEDx rookie, not rookie here, but alumni. So Misty, are you up for playing like the TEDx CEO person, and Sean would role play Carlos going from hello to yes with you?
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. So, and we'll call, how about Misty be Miss Jones, the decision maker of the TED Talk? Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Hi, is Miss Jones available?
You're speaking with her. How can I help you?
Hi, Miss Jones. My name is Carlos. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Oh, absolutely. Look forward to this.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful for the conversation. I know you get so many people that want to create a TEDx talk. So I'm very, very thankful for the time. And I want to speak into your listening. I'm not here to pitch you. May I ask, what is it that prompted this receipt of this 3-minute conversation, please?
We are always looking for participants who want to share their innovative information and ideas with the world. What is yours?
Yeah. So it's about tax and tax strategy. But can I ask you one more quick question?
Sure.
You know, the dynamic, and I will keep us to our 3 minutes, the dynamic of the TED Talk, I'm very clear about the innovative dynamics, but I'm clear that I've, moved through a whole bunch of folks to get to this conversation. So, because I want to really speak into what prompted you to be interested in this and to understand a little bit more about where TED is on financial strategies, on tax, because I have an innovative idea, but I want to tie it into obviously what you're looking for. I'm sure I'm here because you're looking for something. And could you shed a little bit of light on that so I can really speak into it in the final minute or so that we'll have?
Sure. In your initial application, you provided some information, and we don't have any other applicants at this time that are speaking to this subject. And we like to have a variety at our events. These events are independently owned and operated and run with a theme, and your application fell into line with the current theme that we have scheduled for next June.
Wow. Well, thank you for that, Ms. Jones. From that place, can I share a couple quick things that may or may not resonate then with you?
Absolutely. Would like to hear more. Please go ahead.
So one of the greatest challenges that people have economically is taxes. In fact, it is the greatest destroyer of wealth that exists for human beings. And as you know, Ms. Jones, we're in one of the most divided times, not only in the United States, but on the planet. And the issues of wealth, not wealth, gaps, people paying what their fair share, not paying their fair share. So I've created a powerfully innovative conversation that I guarantee you will create 3 laugh out loud moments during it, because people typically think taxes are boring and taxes for the tax issues are really about the wealthy. And we're going to talk about taxes for individual human beings at some level, the masses, if you will, for people that have achieved some level of affluence, and then the mega wealthy. And we're going to create an entertaining, uniform dynamic of people understanding taxes, sort of like Saturday morning cartoons would have been back in the day, where people were understanding government and constitution. So it's entertaining as could possibly be. It's educational, it's unifying. And my simple request is, would it be appropriate to go through a bit more in a longer conversation, or shall I send the video and follow up? Because I will put this flag in the ground that this topic will be not only powerful, but the delivery will be consistent with TEDx standards, which is to be innovative, powerful informationally, and ultra compelling in the 15 minutes I have, or 17 minutes actually, to present this conversation. So is there anything else I can answer? Otherwise, how would it resonate with you or not to have this as a topic for a TEDx conversation, Ms. Jones?
I think you have a great idea of bringing in some humor and illustrations to hone in your approach and the information that you have so that people can be educated. My concern is, what are they going to actually walk away with some information that's going to be hands-on for them, not just a good experience enlightening them and providing laughter around taxes. So I would love to have a deeper conversation, go through some of your slides possibly, or mini presentation, to hear what your concept is, to see how that would fit into the TED model.
Would it be appropriate to share then in 30 seconds what they would walk away with at each level?
You sure can, absolutely. Feel free to do that.
So first, for people, for the masses, it will be to understand that there's massive tax benefits that they miss all the time. And they're going to walk away with 3 practical ideas of what to do to save profoundly on taxes. So it's not just for the rich. Number 1. Number 2, for people that have first crossed the border threshold into having some real money and wealth, they're going to walk away with 1 killer strategy on what they can do to minimize their taxes by at least 30%, even if they have a great tax expert. And third, for the mega wealthy, they're going to learn and this is going to be the fun part, how to save exponentially in their taxes. And President Biden was talking about an effective tax rate for billionaires, 8%. We'll get their effective tax rate under 8%, and they can create philanthropic outcomes so people aren't mad at them anymore for being rich. So that's what they're going to walk away with: a smile, love, and a hug in unity around money. Anything else I can answer for you?
No, that sounds great. I think I would love to see some more of your content and be able to investigate it further, but I love your agenda and I love your outline.
Thank you. Well, out of roll, thank you. So out of roll, Misty, how'd I do as Carlos? I have no idea what we'd be talking about, but how'd I do as Carlos creating this conversation with the incredible folks from TEDx?
You did a great job. I enjoyed how you kept coming back, asking for another opportunity to share more of your content. I thought that was great.
Thank you. And Misty, great job today. Congratulations on your impact in the world. And how was your time today, Misty, on Glenn's Heart of Influence?
I've enjoyed the opportunity to be here today and learn more about you guys and what you do.
Cool. Well, thank you for that. You did a wonderful job. Carlos, thanks, dude, for letting me play you. I appreciate your energy and its infectiousness. How'd I do as you, and how was your time on Glenn's Heart of Influence today, Carlos?
I think one of the best times that I've had as far as seeing processes in coaching and development. And I think Misty played a great client, and I saw an opportunity where she was trying to take control of the conversation. Saw you come back with some questions that were very pointed, and I think you came back and satisfied her need. But it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Well, you did a wonderful job, and thank you. And I really appreciate what you do in the world, because most people really screw it up. So incredible, and has a massive effect on people's wealth and abundance. So thank you. Let's go Hedda. Love the scenario. I mean, super cool. $247 billion value gold mine. Love the energy, fun, the humor, the mastery. And Hedda, how was your time today on Glenn's Heart of Influence?
It's so great. Such thank you, Glenn, so much. What a profound way to. Sorry, What a profound way to meet people. I'm intrigued by everybody. I was thinking that we were going to have to remember what everybody did, and so I was trying to go, and it was so interesting. There was sort of layers to this, because it was really interesting to see who I remembered and why. So thank you for that. And then the other thing was that it was a little bit unfair to both Bella and myself, because it is a real case scenario and there's so much context to it. And so I was looking to just really capture that moment with some important intel. And in fact, I did, because the two things that I have to do most in my life is listen and narrow the field, so get really, really focused. So this is not new. I've got people, Peter's here, there's people sitting there, and they all laugh because I'm passionate about stuff. I talk for far too long, as I'm doing now, because you've asked me a short question, and I can, so narrowing the field and listening very carefully to what people are saying was really profound. I profoundly got that out of this, yeah.
Appreciate you. Great job, Hedda. Thanks for being here for sure. Let's go. Ken, thank you for the feedback, the presence. Welcome. How was your time today, Ken, on Glenn's Heart of Influence?
Well, I've heard a lot about you, and I have to say you are a very gifted and skilled speaker. Obviously, you've accomplished a lot, and I thought the way this was managed was really well done. And I thought the way you handled yourself and your interaction was masterful. Really was. I wish I was as good as you.
Brother, thank you. And I'm just going to share this in 10 seconds. Straight up. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I ran for class president in 7th grade. 115 kids in my class. I got 2 votes. When I was a sophomore at Columbia University, I ate lunch in my car by myself for most of my second semester, because I didn't know how to resolve conflict and deal with complex situations. So I promise you, thank you for the beautiful words they receive with gratitude. And all I would want to mirror back to everyone is just like weight training, running, marathoning, playing the violin. It is a learned and developed skill set, 100%. And you've got this. And Ken, thank you. Those are really kind words, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen, thank you for being here, for giving the feedback. Glenn had a lot of extraordinary folks, and you're certainly one of them here today. And please, Karen, how was your time today on Glenn Wagstaff's Heart of Influence?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the contrast and kind of standing back and looking at how people projected themselves to other people and what that response was, and made me reflect on how I need to project better. And you certainly were a great example of projecting interest in someone else's needs and then meeting them with enthusiasm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Karen, for sure, in every conceivable way. Oprah Winfrey said the reason she held the microphone for 30,000 people and overcame gender bias, racial bias, teen pregnancy, and horrific abuse, and to become a complete statistical anomaly, was because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me, authentically to humans. So thank you for that, Karen. And Bella, we have a couple other fine friends, please.
We do have a couple of fine friends. I'm going to go to the man first that is going to be responsible for a Bella Verita doll in all Disney stores and merchandise across America, and filling your house with Bella Verita dolls. Thank you very much, Mr. Bill. How was your time with us on Glenn Wagstaff's Heart of Influence?
what a nice surprise. The whole thing. And I love the interplay between you two. I love the fun and the intelligence and the organizational skill of that. I'm still recovering from the person that got struck by lightning. You know, and that person won. They may have won, but I'm not the one to decide that. But the thing that I learned the most from, which is I know your question, is the kind of the fusion of role play and gaming with respect to meeting and growing business. Brand new for me, and I really enjoyed it, and I can see tremendous value in it.
Thank you, brother. And Bill, quick fun fact, I had the privilege of speaking to the executive leadership of the Disney Consumer Products Division. So that was a very big honor about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I thought that was a interesting related fun fact. And I'm going to request this, Bill. If Bella contacts you about her doll, like we're good with that, please do not let her make a voodoo doll of me. Do not support. Please. I just asked that. Bill has got an integrous man. He will not do that, Bella. Back to you, Bill. Thanks, Bill.
He will not do that. Thank you.
I promise.
Thank you.
Let's go. Our other friend who kicked us off into the participant seat, which is not easy to do. Marcelo, how was your time with us on Glenn Wagstaff's Heart of Influence?
It was great. Thank you so much for the opportunity and just the opportunity to kind of meet you guys and to go through the process. And it's fascinating to meet other businessmen and women that have been successful in their fields and to have the opportunity to learn from you guys. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Marcelo. Did a great job kicking us off there. Bella.
Definitely. And let's go. I know you reached us at the back half, but how about on Angeli? Did I say that? I don't think. Yeah. And Angeli, sorry, Angeli, how was your experience with us today? Oh, just unmute for us, Angeli. And then Jason, I'm coming to you next.
Yes, thank you so much, Bella. And thank you, Glenn, for inviting me. It was a last minute schedule juggling and I didn't do a good job with it. So I apologize that I didn't attend it from the get-go. But I want to thank you all for inviting me. Glenn, thank you very much, because this is not what I had expected. This was a lot more fun. And listening to the last bit with, I'm trying to get the names correct, with Misty and with Sean, it was great to hear about the TED Talk and everything. And also with the wonderful gold mine of Hera. And it was reminding me of that movie, Crocodile Dundee, where he has that mine and he calls it Tonga Mickey, remember?
Yes.
You're
So
right. That's what comes to my
about
mind. So it was very nice to hear the different fields of life that you all come from, whatever little I heard. And I'd love to get to know more about this group. And if there's a recording, I will hear it and circle back with you. So
there is for sure. Thank you, Angeli. So we go from heart health to gold mines, Crocodile Dundee, and horses. Bella, Jason, horses.
Jason, horses. How was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was absolutely brilliant. Like, I love to see your fun energy from the beginning all the way to the end. It kept everybody engaged and thoroughly excited about meeting individuals that we've never met. Your interaction with Sean and your synergy between the two of you, just role playing and giving us that model of what we can create for ourselves. And as we meet new people and get involved with other businesses that can help both us, creating a win-win for both of us, I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Jason. Great job, my friend. All business is built on relationships, and all relationships are built on shared experiences. This is a super efficient one. Thank you, brother. Bella Verita.
I think that takes us to, I think Glenn had to hop, so that takes us to our final.
Did we get to Marcel?
Marcel had to jump.
He did. Okay. So thank you everybody for being here today. Because of Glenn, everybody, we have 3 gifts. These are not throwaways, junk. These are impactful, powerful, valuable gifts. First, next Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern time, we'll be training, working through some of the dynamics of human influence. This is not a sales platform. This is a platform on causing yes. And the greatest yes you can cause is creating new ecosystem partnerships that create exponentiality for your business. That's one of our fundamentals. Next Wednesday, training on that. We sell nothing there. Second, our group influence book. People have favorably compared this to any book on public speaking, leadership, management in the world. Check this out. The science that looks like magic of how humans influence people. You will be stunned and blown away. It is a textbook and it's a little fun. So you have a great time with that. Third is the ability to have a business acceleration session. I repeat and reemphasize, nothing sold to you there. Yes, we have things to do together. We'd love to build a lifelong relationship really with value, value, value. And people have said consistently, we've never had a complaint once that hour was anything but the most powerful singular hour in how to accelerate your work, your mission, your business, and tie in this whole concept of the unblinded formula for you. All of our gifts, another cup of coffee together. We thank you and appreciate you. And on behalf of Bella and everyone, I know we've run long. Bella, incredible job as always. Love and appreciate you. Everybody, I end by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but as to the possibilities for us all to accelerate our missions that sit right in front of us at some level, Bella, we are all blind
and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Great job.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care.